And we're back live here, everybody. Welcome back here to Behind the Arc Basketball once again for the second game, part of a doubleheader tonight here. The Florida Gators taking on the Boston College Eagles as far as this game going on tonight. Just finished up calling UConn versus USC about a half an hour ago, but welcoming guys once again. The second stream tonight here as part of the Roman Legends Classic at Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. Calling play-by-play for this one. Vegas, what's good here for stopping them by? So we got Bradley, the Mod Squad, back with my man Behind the Arc fan as well here. Brother, hope all is good there. Brady, welcome back once again. Maybe someday, man, you'll see me over on a big network someday, and you'll be like, yo, I remember that dude I stopped by in that kid's chat. Armando, welcome on the stream once again, man. Glad to have you on board here asking questions whenever you guys have the chance. Woody, welcome back in once again. So let's see here. Jalen Suggs, official injury. He came back yesterday for Jalen Suggs, so it looked like I was looking up on ESPN today. It looked like he tweaked his ankle for Jalen Suggs. It looked like at first it looked more like really significant, like way worse than that there. And I was shocked that he came back into the game. Jalen Suggs played the second half of that game, and he had a huge impact why Gonzaga won, because he did all the little things yesterday on the court. So it doesn't look like a significant injury there for Jalen Suggs. It looked like he tweaked his ankle, and he was back in the second half. So that is huge news there for Jalen Suggs for Gonzaga for sure, as they were able to win because of him and make that comeback yesterday against West Virginia. What's good here? Ryan once again here. So we welcome him back. We're going to tip off this game, actually. Really quick tip-off, as we just started with barely anything for the pregame. We're going to tip off right now into this game between these two teams. Florida going right to left on the court, and Boston College going left to right here. BC in the gray uniforms that they wore opening night against Villanova, and Florida going in the blue jerseys with the orange numbers and letters. So Florida right there, pass inside to get a quick bucket. They're up 2-zip. Boston College first possession. Ryan here with a scoreboard update. Yeah, VMI up against Virginia Tech with about 10 minutes left to go. 41-39. Wow. BC basketball. They have a top of the key. Stephon Mitchell moves over to the left wing perimeter. First possession. Makai Ashton Langford passes over here to the left wing. Armando going to put his bet on BC for this one. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go with BC as well if I had to predict in this game. Florida really struggled in their season opener against Army yesterday. Florida able to squeak that one past Army yesterday, 76-69, whereas BC's taking on tough competition. They lost against Villanova. They were up. They couldn't close it out, though. Opening night, 76-67. BC pass inside. Got it. Up and in. That's good for 1 second here. They're not going to count. Are they going to count the bucket or no? It was right at the shot clock, so they're going to go to a score. Okay, so they're going to go to the scoring table here to review this to see. It looked like it was in. We're going to check the review here on the replay. One puts it up. Yeah, that looks like it left his hands right before the shot clock. So they're going to the scoring monitor to see if this is going to be 2 points here for Boston College. As we just started. So quick official review right into this one. Hey, no problem, Brady. Glad to have you in the stream once again. Sorry to hear that, sports expert. North Carolina A&T, USC lost their game, so there goes his perfect record for the day. UConn's defense looked really impressive there. Luka Garza, absolute beast, 35 points now. And his game against Western Illinois, by the way, that game is all Iowa, 78-48 in that one. And Virginia Tech having a lot of trouble right now against VMI. Game's tied up at 41. So they give BC the bucket. We're tied up at 2. Second possession, Florida. Pass inside, no good. The ball gets stolen away by BC. 18:50 left to go. Boston College basketball at the left corner perimeter. They have it driving inside now. BC missed the layup, but right before that, though, they're going to call turnover by Boston College away from the basketball as they picked up the offensive foul. It's going to go right back over to Florida here with 18:40 left to go. So Florida ball. Next stream hopefully will be Saturday. I hope Gonzaga versus Baylor. We're supposed to get a pretty bad storm on Saturday, so hopefully I have power, and I might lose power, which means I wouldn't be able to stream it on Saturday if I lose power, unfortunately. BC gets the ball right back once again. They're going to dribble right baseline to put it up and in for 2. 4-2 to score. Yeah, that's disappointing against a non-Division I school. D2 Washburn only up by 29. Ouch. BC, pass to the top of the key here for the Eagles. Drives inside. Makai Ashton Langford puts it up. No good off the back rim. Florida comes up with the rebounds. 2 minutes through so far. Gators now with the basketball. As they dribble now with Trey Mann. He was a star in the first game against Army yesterday. Mann missed the layup, though, off the back rim. Ball got deflected out of bounds. It's out of bounds by the Eagles. And Florida will get the inbound coming up as the clock will stop. Hey, no problem, Woody. Glad to have you back in the stream here, bud. Welcome back, man. Hope everything's been going well. But yeah, whenever you have a chance, bud, feel free to stop on by. Yeah, pretty bad storm on Saturday, Vegas. We're supposed to get heavy rain, wind, and snow towards the back end of it. We're supposed to get snow at night. So the plan is I plan on doing Saturday unless I lose power that day, which I might actually. It looks pretty bad, like 45, 50 mile per hour wind gusts where I am. Florida got the shot in. That was good by Colin Castleton. He's also going to go to the free throw line coming up, shooting 1. That free throw is good. So Colin Castleton transfer from Michigan, and he made the free throw. So he gets all 3 on the board right there. Florida up by 1. Boston College now with the basketball right back. Ashton Langford has it, dribbles towards his right. They pass over to Stephon Mitchell. The big man takes the 3 wide open. Missed it, though, off the mark, and rebound Florida by Colin Castleton. So welcome in, Ty. Welcome on board here once again, man. Vaughn, welcome back once again. Florida with the ball underneath. Another foul picked up here. Clock will stop with 17:20. It's going to be by Florida as they pick up the offensive foul underneath there. Boston College will get the basketball right back. So very low scoring game so far. Who do I think is going to win? Baylor, Gonzaga. I'm going to take Gonzaga by 1. If I had to predict that one, I would go Gonzaga 80-79. 1-point win. It's going to be such a good game. Hopefully I'll be able to call it. I really do so. Hopefully Mother Nature doesn't dampen my Saturday. 3-point shot BC. No good off the mark. Rebound Florida. Gators have it now. Right baseline dribble for Florida. Underneath, and they push it back to the left corner. Takes the 3. That's up. That's no good. Rebound BC. It's been cold shooting this game so far. Boston College has it. Takes it. Drives into the lane. Floats it up. Got it. That one's good off the backboard. A Winston Tabbs able to make the magic happen. And Tabbs has been the go-to player for Boston College so far in the first 3 games for BC. That's a deep 3 taken by Florida. They knock it down. Gators by 2, 8-6. 16:30 left to go. Keontae Johnson, so impressive last season. And he comes off his first game where Keontae Johnson for Florida against Army yesterday. He had 16 points. Boston College takes the 3 off the back rim. No good. Rebound back to Florida. Yep, VMI's beating Virginia Tech. Florida with it up by 2. They're going to take the shot. They got it as well. And the foul. Huge jumper to right elbow. Trey Mann has been a star for Florida that first game for Army against Army. Trey Mann with a big jumper. Knocks it down. Off the foul by number 4 by Makai Ashton Langford. And Trey Mann going to go shoot 1 at the line. Hey, welcome to the stream. Stephanie, welcome to the channel here. Appreciate it for stopping on by. Looks like Roger's going out for the Gators too. Hit me up down in the chat below who you got for this one if you guys haven't already done so. 16:09 left to go here. If you're new in the stream as well, spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton on YouTube being found. Hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. I cover play-by-play basketball games, college basketball games, also NBA games here on Behind the Arc Basketball. 1 free throw coming up at the line by Trey Mann, the point guard for Florida. Free throw coming up, got it. 11-6 to score. 5-point Florida lead, their largest of the game. Boston College now with the basketball. BC takes it past the half-court logo. Felder passes now over at the free throw circle to Rich Kelly. And Kelly misses his mark on the pass. BC turns it over. A little bit wide to the left of Winston Tabbs right there. Around the perimeters, it goes out of bounds. And we're going to go to the first timeout of the game. Florida's going to get the basketball right back after the timeout. So we'll take the first timeout here. So 11-6 to score currently. as we have 16 minutes left to go remaining. So, quick scoreboard update, everyone, right now as far as scores in college basketball. Virginia Tech is trailing 45-41 against VMI. That's embarrassing there for Virginia Tech. So, VMI up against Virginia Tech, 8 minutes left to go. 45-41. We'll keep you guys posted. Syracuse leading Niagara 65-36. Kansas taking on Washburn, non-Division I school in Kansas, is only up by 27. They should be blowing them out. They got 4 minutes left to go, 77-50. Iowa, the Luka Garza show. Luka Garza today, 35 points, 10 rebounds. He alone gave Iowa the victory in this one, as Iowa leading 83-48. They still got 8 minutes left to go. UCLA, that game was close in the first half against Seattle U, and then UCLA has taken full control here in the second half. UCLA up 72-43. Oklahoma going to put a 100 spot on the board. Oklahoma leading UTSA 98-60. TCU up against Northwestern State 78-60. And then earlier today, Utah beat Washington 76-72 for Power Conference. Liberty won as well against St. Francis, PA. Stephanie here is pumped up for the Gators. Looks like she got to be a Gators fan from her mom, it looks like. Welcome to the channel, Stephanie. Appreciate it for stopping on by here. Looks like Roger's got a Gator fangirl, it looks like. Yeah, I said Virginia Tech can be up and down. I thought that was more of a surprise victory against Villanova that Virginia Tech had. Virginia Tech had that last year against Michigan State. That Virginia Tech beat Michigan State, and then after that, they went into conference play, and they were just really down in conference play. I feel like this is a young Virginia Tech team. I think they're going to be one of the toughest teams to find out. That they're going to be inconsistent all season long, and back half team of the ACC this season. This hype about Virginia Tech, I think they're a one-hit wonder in the top 25, and that's it. So, that will be it for Virginia Tech if they can't close out against VMI. They're a really young team, and I think it was more poor play on Villanova why Villanova lost that game. Villanova struggled, but they get better with coaching. That's why they win championships under Jay Wright, because Villanova gets better and better from November all the way to March. It's incredible what they do in March Madness. As we are back into it, Florida with a basketball pass up the court right there. They have it underneath. They put it up and in off the backboard for two. That's by Keontae Johnson. This is part of an 11-2 run by the Gators. Welcome to the stream, Colin, once again here. Glad to have you on board, man. Henrique, welcome in here from Brazil. Thanks so much for finding my channel, bud. Really appreciate it. Brady's got Florida winning this one, 81-78. Rich Kelly takes the three by BC, and they are cold rebound Florida. Gators have it, 15 minutes as we approach that mark left to go in the first half. Gators at the top of the key. They're going to take the jumper. That one's up. No good. Rebound back over to Boston College. 7-point game. BC dribbles past the half-court logo. DeMar Langford has the ball here at the top. Moves it over to the left wing. Over to Frederick Scott as he has it. Dribbles at the free throw circle. Back over to Kelly. Right corner three. Takes it. He sinks it. Rich Kelly from the outside right there. And puts this one to a 4-point ball game. 13-9. 14:40 left to go. What's good, Jose? Appreciate it, man, for stopping on by. Yeah, Penn State, I heard about that, Colin. They won against VCU on the buzzer. That's insane, man. 14:30 left to go, Florida ball. As they drive inside underneath. Looking to pass it. Ball gets deflected. Florida gets it back, though. As they have it swarmed by two defenders. Pass underneath and able to get that one underneath there for two more by the Gators. They're looking good so far, 13-9. Keontae Johnson smoking the Eagles' defenses. Johnson perfect 3 for 3. He's got 7 so far. Rich Kelly, bounce pass. Top of the key, BC at the top of the key. Now they have it into the hands of Winston Tabbs. Tabbs with it, looking to pass. He does into the hands of Kelly. Kelly turns the corner here, floats it up mid-range. No good. Tipped up in the air. Rebound by Johnson of Florida. Keontae Johnson pass up the court now. Florida has it. Scotty Lewis slides over to Mann. Mann pass inside over the top. Missed the layup, though. They should have had 2 more right there for the Gators. Couldn't cash that one in. And it gets rebounded by BC. 6-point game, Boston College basketball. Bounce pass to the right baseline. As they back their way in there. Turnaround jumper. Got it. Off the backboard. That's good for 2 right there by Boston College. Number 33, James Karnick. 4-point game so far. If you're new on the stream, spike that thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that sub. Arizona State or Cal? I'm going to take Arizona State in that one. Florida has it up by 4. 13-10 left to go. Gators floated up over the top, and that's a big jam. Alley-oop going down right there. Send it down. Noah Locke with a assist right there, as that one gets thrown down. Vaughn's got Florida by 1. Looks like 72-71. I think I'm the only one that predicted Boston College for this game. Me, myself, being from Massachusetts, by the way. But actually, I'm a Providence and URI fan, since I'm closer to Providence than Boston College. 3-point shot, no good by BC. They are struggling so far from the floor, just jacking up threes, and they can't hit anything right now. Florida gets the ball. Johnson, bounce pass. As Florida has it, they are trapped. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by BC as the clock stops with 12:30. Virginia Tech captures the lead. Thanks so much for the scoreboard update, Ryan. Yeah, 49-45, Virginia Tech leads by 4 with 5:50 left to go. Hey, thanks so much, Stephanie, for the sub and a like. Really appreciate it for finding my channel. Nebraska Omaha versus Drake right now, and yeah, Drake is just exploding over Nebraska Omaha. Thanks so much for the update there, AK16. Florida with the ball off the inbound. They're going to take a 3, and Trey Mann knocks it down. Trey Mann looking good so far this season for the Gators. Gators up, largest lead of the game, 22-11. Boston College with it. Passes over to the right corner perimeter. Makai Ashton Langford has it, and we get a foul picked up. Clock will stop. It's on Scotty Lewis of Florida, who picks up his first personal. That's the first team foul as well for Florida. So this game's moving by fast pretty much. Not a whole lot of fouls so far. And Boston College with 2 personals as well as a team. Yeah, Virginia Tech pulling away a little bit right now. Still quite some time, though. Around like 5:45 left to go in that one. Inbound here by BC. They dribble right baseline. They really had a lot of time struggling the basketball last year. They were ranked around 335th in shooting percentage. And BC, pass at the top of the key. No good. Florida makes it pay in transition with a steal right there. And they throw it down with a dunk. Gators for 2 as the clock will stop here. Jim Christian takes a timeout. And not looking good right now for BC. Hey, welcome in, Badger. Glad to have you back on the stream, man, as he is back onto the chat. Brady sleeper here for this season is Florida here. What's my sleeper team for this year? Brady wants to know. I'm going to go St. Louis there for my sleeper team for this season. The Billikens look really good. Top to bottom roster. They're a deep team there for St. Louis. My sleeper in the SEC happened to be Missouri for my sleeper, actually. So if Ty's out here, Missouri got a big W yesterday against Oregon to start out. That is huge for them. Other sleepers here I'm trying to think about this season. I might have a couple more in mind. Some of them come from the A10 though. It all depends on the supporting cast of UMass there in the A10 for this year, because Trey Mitchell is a phenomenal talent, the big man for UMass, but if his supporting cast takes a big step up, they could very well be in the thick of it for the A10 race. UMass has yet to play a game so far in their conference. Also, thinking about it, Western Kentucky. Yeah, Western Kentucky, another sleeper. Once they get healthy, I think they're going to be dangerous. Gavin Newsom, sorry to hear that, Vaughn, that you're on a stay-at-home order by your governor today. Oh, man, sending my thoughts out to you, bud. Yeah, Rhode Island has a 2-week pause, and over here in Mass, we have, like, all our stores shutting down at 9:30 now. Is UNC any good this year? Yeah. UNC's a really good rebounding team. They play tight with Texas. Texas, an incredible defensive team for Texas. But North Carolina should be a consistent top 25 team this year. And also thinking about it, Florida State. Florida State is always ranked too low. And I think they're going to finish in like the top like 12 or 13 this year for the Seminoles. So right now we're in a timeout. 22-11, Florida right out of the gate, smoking BC in this one. Trey Mann leads the way in scoring. He's got 8 points. Keontae Johnson with 7 for the Gators. For Boston College, the leading scorer from the bench only has 3 points. That's Rich Kelly so far. So this is part of a Florida 7-zip run in the last minute 40. As we get back from a timeout, 22-11 Gators. Boston College gets the basketball right back. They are out of rhythm in all sorts here offensively so far. 5 for 12 shooting. Just trying to get something going on here for BC. They have it at the top. Puts it at the right corner perimeter. Makai Ashton Langford pass inside. Almost got deflected and stolen, but Boston College able to kick it out. And they're going to take a three this time. Ashton Langford, no good. Ball tipped up in the air. Fight for the rebound. And Florida had it, but tapped it out of bounds. So refs are going to say here that it was out of bounds by BC, actually. Lately called to overturn that one by the officials. And they're going to overturn it and say that it was out of bounds by BC by Karnick. And Florida is going to get the basketball. So we'll keep you guys posted. Virginia Tech up against VMI 53-47 with 4 minutes left to go. Very tight game there. Virginia Tech, with their ranking, they should have had no problem, but VMI looking to pull off the upset. Florida has it. Scotty Lewis dribbles underneath right baseline. Refs will call double dribble, they say here on the whistle. It's by Scotty Lewis. So ball will go right back over to Boston College. Scotty Lewis just hasn't lived up to his hype so far. Throughout his Florida career here. He was a top 10 recruit coming out of high school, but he is due for a big season if it is this one for this year. He should have a breakout here. That game's gone final. Kansas over Washburn looks like 89-54 there. Kansas should have put 100 plus in the board. Should have blew them out. They only put up 89. That was it. I'm not buying Kansas at number 7 at all. They might even be out of the top 25 very soon for Kansas. Probably will be back in a few, no problem, man. Gonna finish up some homework there before we get back. I just looked at the screen and I thought that was a men's college basketball game for a second. They have Louisville against DePaul on ESPN. I was like, how did DePaul land up on Louisville's schedule for the men's game? It's not. It's for the women's. As we are back into it. Left corner three taken, and Boston College by Winston Tabbs hits it. BC also gets the steal now. Rich Kelly now with the basketball. 8-point game, 10:30 left to go. Gives it up at the top. Nasty spin move there by Boston College, and they're going to go to the free throw line. Number 1, CJ Felder. Took it right inside there as Florida picks up the foul, and the clock will stop now with 10:26. Hey, Gonzaga fan, welcome back once again. Sacramento State, tight game up against Idaho, looks like right now, 1-point lead. Free throws coming up at the line. First shot, no good, missed it. Rattled right out by CJ Felder. By the way, UCLA just got the victory, 78-52. Oklahoma winners today against UTSA, 105-66. And TCU played a tight game but beat Northwestern State, 74-68. TCU, by the way, 4-0, but they only won by 6 to Northwestern State, who is 0-4. Second free throw, Felder knocked it down at the line. It's a 7-point game. 10:20 left to go in the first half. Gators now with the basketball. They take it past the half-court logo. Moves it over to the left elbow into the hands of Payne. Clock will stop here with a foul, looks like, on the court. Stephon Mitchell of BC, the one who picks up the foul. Florida here with the ball as they take the jumper left baseline. That was no good. Rebound back to Boston College. Iowa's blowing out Western Illinois 94-58. If you guys didn't know, Luka Garza, he had 35 points and 10 rebounds. BC jumper, no good. Rebound, Florida takes it to the bucket right there. Lays it up with a right hand. That is good for the Gators for 2. Gators extended to 9. Boston College underneath with the ball. Shot gets blocked underneath there by Florida. Gators take it back, and we get a foul here right before half court. It's going to be on Boston College. They pick up their 4th personal as a team. LSU 29.5-point underdog against Alabama on Saturday for football. Whoa. That is crazy. Talk about a year of the change for 2020. Left baseline. Florida has it up by 9. 9:35 left to go. Gators move it over to the left corner to Keontae Johnson. He has the ball guarded by Felder. Double team now. Moves it back to the left wing over into the hands of Anthony DeRuggi to transfer from Louisiana Tech. DeRugi bounce pass to a cutter. Scotty Lewis, right baseline jumper, no good. Overshot the rim, but a big offensive rebound right there by Omar Payne and puts it up off the backboard as that's good for 2. Florida extends its largest lead of the game up by 11 with 9:10 left to go. Boston College basketball. At the top of the key to C.J. Felder. Felder looking to pass it, he does. He puts the ball now at the left wing perimeter into the hands of Tabs now, as he has at the edge of the Roman Legends Classic logo. Hands it over to the right wing. Stephon Mitchell's open, takes the 3, and he misses one. Boston College cold right now from the perimeter. They are 2 for 9 shooting from the outside. It goes back to Florida. Gators take the 3. Hit the front rim, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Florida, and BC will have it back with 8:43. Hey, what's good here? Two Guns, welcome to the stream. North Carolina should be really good by the end of the year. I agree, man. They got a lot of good young players, and they got some really good size on UNC. They're going to be right in the thick of it, I feel like, for the ACC title race this year. 26-15 the score. Boston College in this game struggling where they're 2 for 9 from the perimeter. Stephon Mitchell has it. Hands it off at the top. Tabs. Moves it back outside. Passes over to Mitchell now at the left baseline as they're going to hand it off once again. Left baseline dribble underneath. Pass behind the back and they get it. Nice bucket there for 2. C.J. Felder cut right into the lane. Received the pass and put it up and in off the backboard. If you're doing the stream, spike the thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that sub as I cover play-by-play here basketball. I'm Behind the Arc Basketball. Florida get the inbounds. And we have a quick stoppage in time here. Trey Mann tried to go after the ball. Landed down in the court. Good to see he's able to get back up though, as he's stretching out that right shoulder as he had the basketball and he tried to pass it off underneath. Virginia Tech extending it, looks like, against VMI, 55-49, but credit out to VMI for keeping that a close game today. Because usually those, like 98-99% of the time, are blowouts with mid-majors against power conference teams. 3-point shot from the right corner. Florida knocks it down. Efficient from the perimeter in this game for the Gators, where they're from the outside 3 for 5. Boston College not doing so much from the outside. Mitchell trying to work his way inside, backing his way in there. Working on Johnson. Pass over to Felder. Spin move into the lane. Before that, though, a foul called. Clock will stop with 7:46 as Florida picks up a foul. Happens to be their 4th personal now as the clock will stop. Final here, Iowa all over Western Illinois, 99-58. Wow. The Luka Garza show out in Iowa. He finished with 35 points, 10 rebounds tonight for Luka as we go on a timeout. Yeah, Luka Garza just too good today. So Virginia Tech is, right now we're on a timeout. Virginia Tech up against VMI, 57-51. Other games going on currently, college basketball today. Looks like this as we check the scoreboard. And TCU able to beat Northwestern State, 74-68 the final there. Oklahoma over UTSA today, 105-66. Arizona State tipping off against California in a couple minutes from now, so I'll keep you guys posted on that game when it goes on in a little bit. Hey, Dakota, welcome back on the stream. He predicts the Gators out in this one, 73-62. Hey, what's good? McNutt back out on the stream. Hope all is well there. McNutt back out in the chat once again. Jarink, what's good here? Glad to have you back on the channel, man. Hope all is well. So right now on the timeout, Florida looking good so far in this one. 60%, 3 for 5 from 3-point range. Being selective with the basketball, making the most from the perimeter in this one. Not taking too many attempts. BC is taking way too many attempts in this one. I actually picked BC in this one. I think everybody picked Florida, but I think I was the only one that picked Boston College. But BC is going back to their usual BC form. It looks like they were good in the first week. They took Villanova down towards the end, couldn't close it out. I thought BC could shock some teams this year, and now they're just back to their usual self. Week 2, it looks like, and looks like that could very well go beyond with that. But I have BC in a tight one for my prediction, 73-71, but not looking good so far for the Eagles. Just poor shot selection so far, and having a lot of problems stopping Keontae Johnson in this game, and also Trey Mann as well. Hey, thanks so much, Derek, for stopping by to say hello, man. Appreciate it for being a part here once again, bud. Do I think Andrew Wiggins could get traded to the Clippers? Maybe sometime. Maybe or so. We'll see down the road if it happens. How's it going in my area? It's getting rough here. I'm out in Massachusetts, and we just hit the record today for the most case numbers in a single day. We had over 6K today. Yeah, I hear you, Harry. 2020's just really been a rough year. It's been pretty bad. There's a couple people that I know that have it. One of them works with me at my work, and right now he's not doing so well. And he's 40 years old, and he's really suffering right now. It's not looking good. There's a couple people that I know that's really like young, like around their 20s or so, and some of them in the hospital. So 7:20 left to go. 3-point shot, no good by Florida. Rebound by BC, and Boston College lost it. Poor possession there by the Eagles. They spent their time chasing after the basketball on the court right there as they let it go away from them, and that's their 6th turnover of the game. Hey, welcome in, Sten. Glad to have you in the stream once again. I'm doing pretty well. Why is it FLA instead of Florida? I usually just put the team abbreviations here that they have. So I don't do like the full name or so because it would be like more letters to the scoreboard, I guess, as far as bigger stuff. Florida jumper, no good off the mark. Rebound, Boston College. BC has it. Trying to get any sort of rhythm going on right now offensively. It's been a struggle. Jay Heath underneath. Passes over to the top. Haven't seen much from number 5 here. He'd been dealing with injury, but he has been coming back from injury. Didn't play in a couple of games last week. It's fall picked up by Florida here from behind. Clock will stop with 6:24. Colt Slugger, welcome to the stream once again, man. Glad to have you on board. Oh, man, my condolences out to your family, Harry. So sorry to hear that, bud. Antone, welcome to the stream here. I'm doing pretty well, hanging in there. Hopefully, Armando really, hopefully it can end very soon, hopefully. Jackson, welcome on board once again. Close game, Virginia Tech only up by 4 against VMI. Inbound coming up for Boston College. Rich Kelly underneath. Bounce past the left corner. They're going to take the 3. That's up and gut it by BC. Knocks it down. It's a 9-point game. 29-20. Winston Tabbs got 8. He's going to have to be the one that carries BC today. Florida floats it up. Great shot there by Trey Mann. Able to get that one to fall. 31-20 now the score. So we welcome in McNuggets here. 420 back out onto the stream. He is here once again. 6:07 left to go. Boston College basketball on a double team at the top, and they gave the basketball right away. Intercepted off the jump there by Florida. Going to take it inside. The Gators missed the layup, though. No good off the side of the rim by Keontae Johnson. Rebound back to BC. Boston College trying to look for something. Stephon Mitchell passes out to the top. Winston Tabbs moves over to Kelly here. Kelly at the right wing. Dribble drive inside Kelly as the ball gets poked from behind. Is touched from behind by Florida. So BC will get the inbound coming up with 5:41. Who do I think will be number 1 pick next year? Cade Cunningham. I would go there for number 1 pick. Yeah, I really hope so, Armando, that we can get back to our normal lives soon. A lot of my friends I don't really see like much anymore because of this whole thing, because a lot of my friends are they're like hanging out and stuff like that, and I go back to my family or so, and I just don't want to go back and give it to my mom or dad. My dad's 70 and my mom's 66. 31-20 the score. BC got the inbound, and they get called and whistled for an offensive foul. So everything rough today so far for Boston College. Hey, Mike, welcome to the stream here. Glad to have you in the channel. Yeah, doing pretty well today. Wow, 34.8 left to go. Virginia Tech trying to close it out. Florida has it up by 11 as they take a 3 and they cut it down. Give Trey Mann some space and he knocks it down, and Trey Mann having a stellar game here, breaking out as the point guard for Florida as he's got 13 points out of the 34 so far. BC has it. Dribble drive inside. Boston College bounce pass underneath to Kelly. Dribbles back, circles around the defender, and he missed the layup. There's a Florida player down, and that is Scotty Lewis. Oh no, as we have there's an injury timeout here charge to Florida. Scotty Lewis is down underneath the hoop. Oh, no. Never good to see injuries here. Ouch. Scotty Lewis is down. He gets back up slowly to his feet there. Really slow. Oh, it looks like it's kind of towards his belly area for Scotty Lewis. Let's see here in the last play. Oh, he was guarding Rich Kelly underneath the hoop and might have got an elbow shot right to the belly area right there. And Scotty Lewis went down because of that. One of my vaccine thoughts. Well, it's coming out quick. And they're going to have to phase it out. So, we'll get back to normal life eventually. But it's going to be quite a while before that happens, I feel like. Appreciate it, Brady, for finding my channel and stopping on by, man. Travlon, welcome to the stream here. Yeah, Harry puts out we don't even know when we'll get back to normal life. We basically have like 75% of the population has to get it or so to reach that mark. So there's like a huge drop in cases by then or so. 34-20 the score right now as we got 5:04 left to go in the first half. This game moving by quick. Florida will get the basketball right back. It's all been Florida so far. Armando here might put his beat here in Florida. Still giving his hope to BC, though, because you never know if they're going to turn it around. They've just had some really poor shot selection so far in this game by BC. I thought that they could have a chance in this one. Not looking like it so far in this game. Florida takes the jumper, and Scotty Lewis knocks it down. Good to see that he's okay and able to get up. That's a terrible foul. Jay Heath just rolled right over Scotty Lewis as he took the jumper, and Heath got called for the foul underneath there. He just slipped and fell right underneath and chopped up Scotty Lewis. Scotty Lewis has taken a couple shots here in this game lately. So this is all Florida. Scotty Lewis will go to the free throw line. Leading scorer and assister, by the way, that's the point guard, Trey Mann. So quality point guard player here. Trey Mann's got 13 points and 3 assists so far. Looking good for Trey. He's taken a huge step up this season. 37-20, Boston College. Trailing now as Florida's on an 8-zip run the last minute 47. And BC, dribble jive inside, took it to the lane. As we have a whistle call and a foul picked up. That's going to be Florida's 6th. Prediction for the coming Super Bowl. I'm going to take Chiefs and Packers there for the Super Bowl. I'm going to go Kansas City for a repeat, it looks like, though. Hey, what's good, Alex? Welcome in here. Did he tell you that he has a girlfriend? Congrats, man. Congrats on your girlfriend. Her name is Tana, it looks like. Congrats to my man Alex there. Final, Virginia Tech barely surviving over VMI. Much closer, though. 64-57 the score. 37-20 with 4:42 left to go. Oh, geez, sorry to hear that, Bradley. Oh, man. Ouch. So that game against Wisconsin, oh, no. Yeah, that game against Wisconsin that's being hyped up, that's going to have to get pushed back, it looks like. If there was a case. 3-point shot by Florida. They knock it down, and the Gators by 20. Oh, man, and it's BC a no-show in this one. 40-20 the score with 4:20 left to go in the first half. BC has it at the right wing. Ashton Langford puts the ball into the hands of Kelly. This team is getting worse and worse by every single game they play. Jim Christian, his seat just keeps on getting hotter here. I think this is going to be his last season. Boston College not looking good. They're dribbling the ball way too much around the perimeter. Just jacking up silly shots left and right. Missed by Kelly. Offensive rebounds underneath, and they double dribble with the basketball there by BC. That underneath is James Carnick. Double dribbles with it, and Florida going to get the basketball back. This is all Gators today by 20. Hey, what's good here? T-Sode, welcome on the stream. Liking the Saints to go out to the Super Bowl here. Welcome on board. I very well think that New Orleans has a chance as well. Of course, getting back Drew Brees, that's going to be huge there for the Saints to get back to the Super Bowl. Let's see here. So, yep, Iowa with a huge win today. Luka was wrecking the Western Illinois defense in that one. Luka had 35-10 in that game. This game is over on ESPN. It's also on the internet on ESPN3.com. I'm pretty sure. So right now, the game against Wisconsin, Bradley puts out, is still on for Louisville. Wow, I wouldn't be shocked if they have to postpone that one. Because Wisconsin, if Louisville decides to play that one, I bet you Wisconsin's going to back out. Because that's what Arizona State did against Baylor. Because when Baylor's head coach tested positive, Arizona State backed out and then re-entered. Thoughts about the Gators for this season? For Jacob here, welcome to the stream once again. They are cruising right now in this game, looking good. This is a make it or break it season for Mike White as a head coach. They got talent on this team. I think they could be a top 30 team for my prediction, but this one's shocking me. I really thought that Boston College had a legitimate shot in this game because BC took it close against Villanova. And yeah, it looks like BC is just getting worse and worse by every single game they play. They should have beat St. John's on Monday. But for the Gators, I like where this is going with the point guard they got. The new point guard here. I think they're going to be top 30. They might crack the top 25 depending on if they can keep this up here for Florida. And it's these two players. They need another breakout star. And Keontae Johnson already broke out last year. Now they got Trey Mann. Trey Mann having a great game. He's got 13 points already. We're not even at halftime. Jack Nunzi for Iowa, Alex puts out career high 18 for him, it looks like. Looks like Vaughn's going to get that vaccine. Oh, yeah, you're going to be excited for that for sure, I bet. Same as McNutt's there, yep. McNutt's going out for that as well. It's too cool outside Jose's house. It looks like, hey, what's good, Ethan? Glad to have you stop on by here. Yeah, Ethan shocked how well Florida's played since Andrew Nemeth left, and this point guard of Trey Mann, he is looking phenomenal, taking a huge step up here in his second season. 40-20 to score, 3:47 left to go. Wilt Chamberlain, an absolute legend, Armando. Absolute legend. I wish I was born back in the day to watch Wilt Chamberlain play. All the greats back in there, 50s, 60s. As Florida also got fouled, as we head back to after the timeout, they're going to go to the free throw line. First shot's up, and that one's good. Teeper, welcome on the stream here, Treeper here. Michigan State legit. I'm going to say now Michigan State looks like an Elite 8 team to me currently for Michigan State. They're doing really well, replacing Cassius Winston with just sharing the ball. They haven't really figured out the point guard position, but everybody's just sharing the basketball, and they're playing well together as a collective unit, and they are a deep team there for Michigan State. They don't burn out with their minutes. That team is deep there, which could very well be poised to make a deep run if you're playing 9 players deep on that roster, which they got right now. Boston College finally gets a bucket right there. Chris Kelly off the dribble jive for 2 off the backboard. 20-point game. Jose, glad to have you here, man, and peace out here, bud. Enjoy the rest of your night. 3:10 left to go. Florida up by 20, got the basketball. They pass over left corner, takes the 3, and that's an air ball. No good by Sampson on the 3-point shot, and Boston College had the basketball right back here, but a quick foul picked up. Garrison Brooks against Luka is going to be phenomenal, Ethan. Yeah, North Carolina's got the bigs. They can rebound for UNC. Really good as far as what they can do. They're going to be the top rebounding team this season, I feel like, for UNC. Once again. So many good bigs in the roster. So it's a foul by Florida. It's going to be Boston College now in the bonus. First free throw, that's good by BC. By DeMar Langford. Let's see here. So, Gonzaga, I definitely agree for Gonzaga at 1 there. Kansas is ranked way high right now. Kansas at number 7. That is so high. I don't even know if they can be in the top 25, honestly, for Kansas. Kansas might finish 5th in their conference. 3 minutes left to go. Both of the shots go down the line by BC. Florida has it. At the left wing with Trey Mann. He is looking awesome so far. Dribble drive inside. Mann. Pass behind his back, but it's going to go off a BC player. Deflects right off of him as the clock will stop with 2:52. And there was also a foul from behind as well. It's on Boston College, so it's going to send Trey Mann here to the 1-1. So Florida in the bonus as well. Hey, Earl, welcome to stream here, man. Yeah, Locke doing good things early on. He had a big pass over the top there by Noah Locke. First free throw gutted by Florida, 43-24. It's been Keontae Johnson and Trey Mann. It's been the two standouts in this one. Do I ever commentate college football? I just do basketball here. I used to do football for the NFL, but I'm not like a huge college football fan. I'm sticking just to basketball now because football is just it's been dragging a lot or so. And basketball goes by quick. Hey, we got a dono, my man McNutt, absolute legend here on the channel. Let's get that dono hype here. Out for the €2 for my man McNutt out on the stream. Your stream brings me so much joy. Absolute king. You are the man, my man McNutt. Let's get that dono hype down in the chat below here. BC takes the three from the left corner, knocks it down, 44-27. Thoughts about Rajon Rondo going out to the Hawks as Florida goes in transition. Noah Locke right there hits the three. So that is his three ball, and he sinks it right there. He's got 2 triples in this game, Florida by 20. Rajon Rondo, really great pickup, I feel like, for the Hawks there, because they need that veteran type of leadership on their team for a young team like Atlanta. I like that, to get Rajon Rondo. All Florida in this one. BC, inside with the basketball. Almost lost it, and they do this time. Pickpocketed by Florida in the key. Boston College having a lot of hard time controlling the ball on this one. Florida has it left baseline. Trey Mann having himself a game. They go to the perimeter, bounce pass inside, and it gets stolen right away, deflected by BC. Boston College has it now, turns the corner. Mitchell drives inside, shot gets blocked, but the refs are going to call a blocking foul by Florida. It's going to send Stephon Mitchell to the free throw line, shoot 2. Florida in full control here. In Boston College, after each and every game, they are looking worse and worse. Stephon Mitchell, career 55% free throw shooter, shooting 2 at the line, and that one they miss it. Turnovers, obviously a big problem for BC. 10 turnovers, 4 for 12 from the perimeter, just missing jumpers all over the place. Bad shot selection, and it's big ouch here for Boston College today. Jim Christian, it goes along with coaching, and he is right now, his seat is on fire currently. Second free throw coming up by Stephon Mitchell. Yeah, I think the Hawks going to make the playoffs this season. I think they got a good chance to make the playoffs. Worst NBA team in the league right now would be the Thunder for this year, if I had to predict. I think basically it's just Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and really a lot of young players in the Thunder. Really young team. Maybe Houston, though. If James Harden heads out, Houston is going to be right alongside OKC. Minute 15 left to go. 47-27. BC missed both of their free throws at the line. Florida has it. Floats it up over the top. They got it for 2. All Gators by 22. Hey, thanks so much McNutt. Really appreciate, man, for being a part here on the stream, bud. And you're awesome, dude. Thanks so much for the dono, brother. Arizona State up in that game. They just tipped off against Cal. Of course, Vaughn is following that one. 5-3 the score there. 49-27 with 1:03 left to go here in Bubbleville for this game at Mohegan Sun Casino on the court here at Bubbleville. So, Boston College got fouled. They're going to go into the double bonus now at the free throw line for BC. First free throw, they got it. 49-28, all Florida in this one. Looking for the 50 spot before halftime on their next possession. Ethan here, diehard Oregon fan. That's awesome, dude. But if they miss the tournament, he needs secondary teams to like here. Has Illinois, but he needs more. Not changing teams, but needs more teams to like, it looks like. I actually didn't know that you were an Oregon fan, man. That's awesome, dude. I followed a lot of Oregon football, like around like 9-10 years ago. I followed a lot of Oregon college football. I was huge when I was in high school for Oregon. I love their jerseys. Florida had the basketball, and the refs are going to say that it's going to be a turnover here by Florida as they had the past half court. So Boston College gets it back. BC with the inbounds. Yeah, it's going to be a rough year, I feel like, for Penn State. BC has it at the left wing perimeter. So much dribbling and not a whole lot of good shot selection here by Boston College. Left baseline dribble. They try to throw down the slam dunk, and they were rejected. Florida with a big block underneath as the Gators get the ball right back. They're going to slow it down here. 25 seconds left to go before halftime. All Gators in this one, up by 20. Looking for the 50 spot at the half before halftime here. As we got 15 seconds on the shot clock. Florida has it. At the edge of the Roman Legends Classic logo right after half court. Florida has this ball. Dribbles towards the left wing perimeter. Tyree Appleby passes out on top. They take a three. That one's off the mark. Ball deflected out of bounds. Refs will say it's last touch by Scotty Lewis. Out of bounds. So Gators last touched it. And BC's going to get the basketball coming up with 3.3 seconds. Rich Kelly about to get the inbound coming up. As they have it in the backcourt, a whole lot of problems. Going to shoot it. They go for a half-court shot, and that one off the backboard. A little bit too strong. That was close, though, and missed it. So we go into halftime here, 49-29. This is all Gators in this game today. Isn't even close. Not even close in the first half right now. Absolute no-show today by Boston College, and two coaches here on the hot seat heading into the season, with Jim Christian definitely on the hot seat and Mike White for Florida. And yeah, the seat's getting way, way hot here for Jim Christian currently. So top teams for Ethan looks like this. Right now we're at the half. Oregon and Penn State. Likes Illinois this year. May consider Texas with Illinois as well. Maybe another one to like would be, because I'm thinking about some teams. Houston has been playing really well for them. They have a pretty good team or so for Houston for the season. Do I think Brooklyn Nets can make the finals if James Harden goes there? On paper, I would say yes on paper there, but I feel like, for me personally, in action, I feel like Brooklyn's going to fall short of that. I feel like it's going to blow up somehow with that, and they're not going to make the finals some way. So right now we're just at halftime. I'm interested to know a couple scores here in just a moment. Sleeper team of the NBA this year. I'm going to go for Phoenix this season. Phoenix Suns just keep on getting better with Chris Paul. I think they're going to be on the rise this year. I don't think they're going to make the NBA Finals, but I think that Chris Paul has the chance to possibly take them to Western Conference Finals if they outperform expectations. They could be another team like the Denver Nuggets or so. Another player to build around for the Knicks, that would have to be Obi Toppin there. Showtime City. Hopefully that pans out with Obi. I really hope so. But all the young players you got, definitely Obi is one of them. Back in 2018 for Ethan, Houston is favored to win it all, actually. When the buzzer beater happened against Michigan, he was upset the whole day. Ouch. Do I think the Mavs have a chance to win the NBA Finals? I think within the next 5 years they do. Luka's an absolute stud, and he's gonna win an MVP coming up. And I think it might very well be this season for MVP for Luka. I think he could win the 2021 MVP for Luka. And winning these next 5 years, I see the Mavericks winning a title with Luka. Who do you think is going to win North Carolina Duke this year? I'll probably go with a split series, 1-1 for both of the teams there for UNC and Duke for this season. Favorite pick of the NBA draft? Good question. I'm going to go Tyrell Terry for Dallas. The first pick of the second rounds. Tyrell Terry on the upswing, and he had such a great season at Stanford. Nobody had him on their radar. Declared for the NBA draft, and I think he has a whole lot to offer the NBA for Tyrell Terry. Great three-point shooter. Dallas needs a good shooting guard for the future, and I think Tyrell Terry is going to be an absolute gem that they picked up. Favorite buzzer beater, college basketball, March Madness history. Oh, man. Let's see here. Thinking about the buzzer beaters. Jesperson. What is that? Jesperson for Northern Iowa against Texas. I think it was 2016 in the round of 64. That one, the half-court buzzer beater by Jesperson for the win. Yep, Jackson puts that one exactly. That came to my mind right there. I'm trying to think of other things. Vermont against Syracuse. It wasn't a buzzer beater, but it was back in the 2000s in the tournament. The game was at the DCU Center in Worcester, Mass. And Vermont, it was Gus Johnson who called the game. Sorrentine from the parking lot with Vermont winning Syracuse on a major upset there. Who's the top guys in this next NBA draft? Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley. I go Jalen Suggs as well. He's going to be a top 5 pick. And then Jalen Green, who went to the G League, he should be up there, like at the top of the draft board. And then after that, really wide open. Brandon Boston, but he hasn't played so well the past couple of games for Kentucky. Also, Jalen Johnson, I feel like, is probably going to be up there, like towards the top 10. Zaire Williams from Stanford, another one. Also, yeah, Jonathan Kuminga, who, there was a couple players that chose to not go the college route, went to the G League instead. Jonathan Kuminga as well. I think he's going to be probably looking like a top 10 or so. Do I think Matt Coleman will do good in the NBA from Texas? I think he might get drafted probably in the second round or so from Matt Coleman. But he'll probably be more of like a bench player throughout his career. So that's good to see that Matt Coleman's had a big game for Texas there. Because that's what Texas need. It can help out if he becomes consistent with that, because that's all that Texas needs, like their next star player. That's the only thing that's lacking them from holding them back, because they get some really good balance there with their team. They just need a star player. Let's see. We got a lot of questions right now in the timeout. Let's see. Trying to scroll up. Absolute legend with Gus Johnson. So. Favorite, oh, we get a lot of comments pouring in. So, okay, so Alex here. This guy, he looked at the Iowa Hawkeyes basketball recruiting. Next 4 stars are warm and could land at Iowa. And, 3 of them could be in the top 70 possibly if they do land at Iowa. Hey, thanks so much, Armando, for stopping on by, bud. Really appreciate it. Jomo, welcome to the stream. Is the Big Ten the best basketball conference? Yes, I'd say yes for this season. They get so many really good teams out in the Big Ten for this year. Big 12 is pretty stacked, too. Big 12's got seven teams that should be pretty decent this year, and stacked right at the top of the Big 12, and then three just teams that aren't going to be that great in the Big 12. 2 pretty terrible teams in the Big 12. with K-State and Iowa State, and TCU is probably going to get beaten apart when conference play happens, when all the teams start playing against each other. But favorite announcers, I would go with Gus Johnson, the man, my favorite announcer. But other ones, I would go with Jim Nantz, Iron Eagle. Those two always great. Oh, Kevin Harlan, the man. Kevin Harlan's got awesome pipes. He's a great announcer. He like narrates the whole story for you. Like, you picture it right in your mind with Kevin Harlan. Okay, so I'm scrolling up here to see Roger's question. It's quite a bit up. So who do I think can make it to March Madness? San Francisco, Rhode Island, Richmond, or Liberty? Definitely Richmond out of the four grouping right there, I would say. Liberty has a good chance to win their conference once again, definitely, for Liberty. But Richmond should be able to make it in for sure. Rhode Island's big win yesterday against Seton Hall there. Rhode Island's getting better and better. They got 5 transfers that hadn't played together before and kind of had to play on the fly right there. And they're just getting better and better, making their free throws now, unlike their first 2 games. And San Francisco can make threes. That's why they beat Virginia. They made 13 3-point shots in that game. UNC, NC State, PNC Arena, December 22nd. North Carolina won 7 straight games at PNC Arena. So I think the streak will end on December 22, right there. I will take North Carolina in that one, so I will say that UNC will continue it to an 8 straight, right there. Do I think Vernon Carey Jr. will do well in the NBA? I think he'll probably be, as far as a player, most likely as far as a bench player in the NBA for Vernon Carey Jr., but he's got upside too since he's really young, so he could possibly turn into a starter later down the road, I feel like. Hey, Behind the Arc fan, welcome back, man, for stopping on by, bud. Thoughts about Mavericks landing Giannis, and if they're able to get him next offseason. That would be insane for Dallas. Out of the charts, incredible for the Mavericks right there. Yeah, they definitely win titles there. If you get Luka with Giannis, that's huge for winning titles. I like Jay Bilas. Jay Bilas, the man there. A lot of good college basketball analysts. What do I think about the ACC for this season? I think there's going to be probably 4 teams at the top for the ACC. Virginia, even though Virginia lost against San Francisco, they lost by 1 point. A game in the morning, they probably just that's more like a random outlier for Virginia. I still like Virginia at the top of the conference. I like Duke to be right there with Virginia, getting closer and closer to them. Duke's going to keep on getting better and better throughout the season. And then, so we got Virginia, Duke, Florida State. I got at 3rd in the ACC. And then 4th, I got North Carolina. I got all 4 of those teams top 15. And then after that, there's a lot of question marks because Georgia Tech hasn't played that well so far this year. Virginia Tech, I feel like, is more of a one-hit wonder with a top 25. I don't think they're that great for Virginia Tech, a young team. I think they're going to be out of the top 25 very, very soon. And then after that, there's a lot of question marks as far as the ACC. And who can make a run in that conference besides those 4 that I just said. Do you think that Greg Marshall will coach again? Yes, I think that he'll have a second chance someday. So yeah, he's no longer at Wichita State now. Terrible timing right before the season started. That's awesome, Ethan. This video just uploaded over 1.2K. That's great, man. That's pretty big for a start there, bud. That's awesome. Yeah, Miami's had some injury issues. Miami can make it into the tournament as like a bubble team. They've had some injury issues looking at the ACC. Syracuse defensively, they had a pretty bad game against Bryant, the first game to open it up defensively. Much better today against Niagara. But Syracuse has got the offense, a lot of question marks defensively. Yeah, Clemson here could be the team that could break out. Thinking about it. Welcoming Cap fan on the stream. But yeah, puts up Clemson's been performing really well right now. North Carolina State, I see them as a bubble team right now. And Georgia Tech, I actually picked oh yeah, I totally forget about Louisville here. Louisville I have inside the top 5 of the ACC. So I get the Cards there as well, right with them. Louisville will probably get into the top 25 and top 20 possibly as well before the season's over. Definitely on the upswing here for the Cards to make it into the top 25 very soon. But yeah, Clemson could very well make it to the tournament as well. What I have missing the tournament in the ACC is Notre Dame, Boston College, Pitt, Wake Forest. Those are definite misses. I also got Virginia Tech I still have, and I'm still going to hold to that, that Virginia Tech will miss the tournament. I think they're just top 25 for like a week or two. Do I like Mike Tirico? Yeah, he's a good announcer there for Mike Tirico. We don't hear him as much or so, but sometimes he's on for the Sunday night football games. Looks like we got a lot through here right now at halftime. If you guys are new, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well right now. San Diego State winning the conference. Yes, I would go with that for the Mountain West. Definitely San Diego State. Nevada's doing terrible. For Nevada, how they were at the top of the Mountain West past couple years before that, yeah, Nevada's on the swing down. They got blown out yesterday in that game against San Francisco. Do I get good health care? I go through my family for the insurance plan where we have it from. One of Brady's friends predicted Loyola Chicago would make that run, and they did in 2018. That is phenomenal. What a prediction. What an incredible prediction there. Oh, man, good question. Lowest seed Power 5 team ever. Lowest he knows Oregon 2018 as that 12 seed. I'll take a look at that. Lowest seed, I think it's records in NCAA tournament. I'm interested to know that here. What we got? History of records by seed. Like, who has the worst record? Or, because we're going to get back here for the second half just in a moment. Yeah, worst record to make the NCAA tournament. I'm interested to know that, too. But, yeah, Oregon had the 12 seed back in 2019. So we get back for the second half. Florida with a quick score. Everything Florida right now. 51-29 to score. 19:30 left to go. As Boston College lost control of the basketball. Scotty Lewis with a steal as he puts it up. No good. Missed the layup. Too strong off the backboard. Rebound by Boston College here. BC takes it past the half-court logo. Moves it now inside. Spin move. Pass over to the left corner. Winston Tabs. Passes over as they're going to take the jumper. That one's up. That one's good. 51-31. 19:05 left to go. Florida with the ball right back. Florida had it, and the pass gets deflected here. Boston College with a steal. They get a 2-on-1, and they're going to go in for an easy layup right there. Up and in off the backboard once again. 51-33 the score. 18:45 left to go. Northern Iowa still winning the Valley. I'm still going to hold to that to yes there, because that comes down to the championship game for the Valley. Whoever wins the conference championship game goes to the NCAA tournament, so yes, I'll still hold to that right now. Then Northern Iowa will win it. Florida floats it up. That's good. 20-point lead currently for the Gators. 18:15 left to go. BC with the ball as they dribble right past the half-court logo. Makai Ashton Langford has it, guarded by Scotty Lewis at the right wing. Hands it over into the hands of Jay Heath. Heath bounce past top of the key to Felder. Moves it back to the left wing here to Tabs. And Tabs hands it over to Mitchell as they turn the corner and they kick the ball out of bounds. Turnover Boston College. So Florida with the ball right back here coming up just in a moment. 17:50 left to go. Gators with it. I'm trying to see power conference teams if there's any here, as I just brought it up, but there's none. I have the worst record to ever make the NCAA tournament is 11-15. So Florida International in 1995, they were a 16 seed, and they had a record of 11-18. Also, Central Florida and Fairfield. Both of those teams in 1996 with Central Florida, and Fairfield in 1997. Those teams had a record of 11-18 as well, and they all went to the NCAA tournament as a 16 seed in 95, 96, and 97. 3 teams with a 11-18 record. Florida with the ball inside, and they're going to put up another shot that's good for 2. 55-33. Gators just looking so good so far. Boston College with the ball underneath. They got poked out of bounds by Scotty Lewis, and BC will get it right back. So let's see here, just scrolling up in just a moment. Welcome to the stream, Ron. Appreciate it. Can I break down Missouri Valley? Drake beat a garbage team tonight. Struggle with Kansas State. Kansas State is in a full rebuilds. They lost like 6 players to transfer, I think, or something like that. They lost like a lot of their roster for Kansas State. So they're going to finish last in the Big 12. It's not even going to be close. Kansas State's probably going to go down as the worst power conference team this year with either them or Washington for this season. Or if Washington is even better than Washington State this year. It's a couple really bad power conference teams. Yeah, BC's getting blown out. 16:45 left to go. Florida took it inside. We get a foul call here on the court. Clock will stop. It's college basketball, I guess. That's college basketball for you. That Michigan struggled with an 0-5 Oakland team, and yeah, Drake blew out Omaha today. I'm just seeing this Drake team right here. Drake in the first game beat Kansas State 80-70. They beat South Dakota and they blew out Omaha once again today. So yeah, K-State is they're going to be one of the worst power conference teams this year, and BC just keeps on getting worse and worse. Florida with another bucket inside, and Boston College was looking good in the first game, and they're just not sharing the basketball at all. BC dribble drive inside, and they're going to get fouled, go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Jim Christian on the hot seat right here. It is rough for BC. Entering his 7th season with a winning percentage of, I think, around like 38% all time. Let's see, your leading rebounder right now for Florida in this game. The leading rebounder is Keontae Johnson. He's got 18 points. He's the leading scorer. He's got 18.6 rebounds. Scotty Lewis got 5 rebounds. He's only got 3 points, though. And Trey Mann, great game for him. He's got 17 points, so we still have 16:24 remaining. Who's better? Kansas State, Washington, or Wake Forest? Oof. I'll probably go with Wake Forest out of the 3 right there. Just because of Steve Forbes. Because I have faith in him as coach that he'd be able to pick up a couple surprise wins this season, even though it's just a huge rebuild. Both of the free throws go down at the line by BC, 57-35, 16-10 left to go. Florida inside with Scotty Lewis, gets the bucket for 2. This is a 24-point lead now for the Gators. BC has it underneath, and they couldn't put up the shot. They got blocked there by the Gators here in transition. Keontae Johnson pass out to the left corner, deflected out of bounds, and Florida will have it right back with 16 minutes even. Yeah, I predicted Boston College as 14th in the ACC. If Rhode Island had taken on BC a week later, URI would have destroyed them. Because URI's chemistry right now is off the charts. They were banged up heading into that game too, because they played in that shootout game the night before against Arizona State, and They were just getting used to each other. They have 5 new transfers on their team for Rhode Island that got eligible for this year, and they were just getting used to each other, where BC kept the majority of their roster, whereas URI had a bunch of players leave this off season. So right now on the timeout, this game's all Florida here with 16 minutes left. Hey, thanks so much for stopping on by, Ethan. Really appreciate it, man. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to cover that if I don't lose power on Saturday, man. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it doesn't even matter what game I'm calling here. If it's New Hampshire against Maine, or if it's Baylor against Gonzaga, or the national championship game, I just call it like it's close, though. Yeah, BC definitely going to be scared when they play Louisville. That should be a Louisville W right there, because Boston College, game after game after game, you're supposed to get better execution-wise, and they are getting worse. It is rough today for the Eagles out in this one. 12 total turnovers, 4 for 12 from the perimeter, 43% shooting, and only one player, their star, Winston Tabbs, in double-digit points, and Jay Heath has only got 4 points here. He's returning from injury, but just a really rough game by BC all around. They are getting out-rebounded, -5 in the boards for BC, and just Florida just scoring all over them, wrecking them in the post. Florida 58% shooting in this one. So if you're doing a stream, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, as well as I cover play-by-play here, basketball and behind the arc basketball. Elliot, welcome to the stream here. Appreciate it, bud, for stopping them by. Hey, thanks so much, Brady. Glad to have you back in here, man, and appreciate it, bud, for being a part here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Ronnie, welcome to the stream. Absolutely, dude. Trey Mann, second season here for the Gators. He is breaking out, man. Absolute stud at point guard for Trey Mann. He's got 17 points, 6 assists here for Trey. Looking so solid, 6 for 7 from the floor. What do I think the score would be for a Duke versus BC game? I would take Duke in that one, even though BC is going to have to get better. A couple of days ago, I put out that I wouldn't be shocked if BC was to surprise some teams this year, but, oh, man, this game, they're just getting worse here for BC. I would go with Duke in that one, 83-68, I would go. So 83-68, I'll go. So we got 16 minutes left to go. Florida has it. Right baseline jumper. They missed it. They get the offensive rebound after the timeout. And they put it up and in for 2 more off the backboard. Florida doing their thing right now. Just wrecking the post. Inside just too good in this one against BC. Eagles trying to look for any sort of rhythm, and they haven't been able to get anything. They pass it down on top. Into the hands of Stephon Mitchell. Moves over to the left wing to Ashton Lane for a pass over to Kelly. Takes the 3, and Rich Kelly lets it fly. He knocks it down. 61-38 with 15:20 left. Florida now with the ball. Gators slowing it down here as it's into the hands of Tyree Appleby. Appleby dribbles at the top, moves it over to the right corner, catch and shoot 3, Scotty Lewis, and he knocks it down. Scotty Lewis, that's good to see right there with a perimeter triple. 15 minutes left to go. Lewis with 8 points on the board today. BC has it right back. Absolute blowout for sure with this one. I'll take a look at that when I have a chance, Ryan. So, I'll see that when I have a chance. Rich Kelly here, left baseline dribble, puts it up, too high off the glass, no good. And the ball is on the ground. It's going to get tapped out of bounds. Refs are going to say, and it's going to go to Florida. So Kelly tapped out of bounds for BC. So this is all Florida tonight in this game. Insane game for Florida here that they are just shooting the ball at a ridiculous clip from the floor, 60%. Gators have it, lob over the top, puts it up, and there's contact in the foul. So Scotty Lewis back to the free throw line. Fantasy basketball here for Mod Squad. We have like a league going on for fantasy. I think we had it like a couple weeks ago, or so we were trying to figure out like rosters and things like that. The rosters are already set. We did like a draft a couple weeks ago. They want Tennessee to win over Florida on Saturday there. I'm not a fan of either teams, but thanks so much for stopping by, Matt. Appreciate it, bud. I probably predict Florida to get the W, though, for college football. They've just been doing awesome this year. First free throw, that's good. Second free throw, no good off the mark. Rebound back over to BC. This one just huge blowout. Do I change my lineups in fantasy? Of course I changed my lineups in fantasy, Vaughn. I don't keep the same players out there. Got to do it by the matchup. 65-38 underneath, and if we get a foul picked up, clock will stop with 14 minutes. So BC will head right back over to the free throw line. First free throw, Rich Kelly knocks it down. We already did the draft, so unfortunately, Behind the Arc fan. So, sorry about that. That we weren't able to get you in there, bud. Hopefully the next time, man. But yeah, we did the draft last week. There's always somebody key that we always like forget to put together there. Braden thinks I'm gonna start out 0-1 in the league. It looks like Florida goes inside, puts it up. That's good for 2. 61-40, all Gators. Noah Locke with 12 so far in this one. As we're gonna go on to a timeout here. 13:40 left to go. This is all Florida and an absolute blowout. So that would be 2 for 1 here. I'll take a look at it because I would have to clear a roster spot, I think, since I'm receiving. Yeah, I'd have to drop somebody here. So yeah, I'll take a look after the game there, Ryan. I'll probably accept it because I would just need to clear. Yeah, I would need to clear a roster spot, I think. So I'd have to figure out who I want to like clear off the roster spot since it's a 2 for 1. So right now we're on a timeout here, all Florida in this game. Noah Locke, Trey Mann, Keontae Johnson carrying the load, looking so good for the Gators. Everything in this game. Hey, thanks so much for asking, Behind the Arc fan. Really appreciate it, brother. We'll hit you up on the next one, man. So Jose, his girlfriend going Christmas shopping looks like tomorrow. That's a big day for your girlfriend. Looks like for tomorrow. Right now on the timeout currently in this game here. Taking a look, quick college basketball scoreboard update here. California is up against Arizona State 32-31. So Cal at home trying to pull off an upset. We'll keep you guys posted on that one. That's like one of the few games going on right now. A lot of the games finished today. Of course, quite a bit of blowouts. Iowa over Western Illinois 99-58. Luka Garza 35 points, 10 rebounds in that game. As we welcome back Brady here once again. St. Mary's up by only 4 at the half against Texas Southern, 39-35 the score in that game. Kansas able to beat Washburn from D2, 89-54, much closer than I would have ever expected. Virginia Tech able to survive against VMI, 64-57. And Utah over Washington today, 76-62. So we will keep you posted. Basically, the only game to really focus on right now would be Arizona State taking on Cal. That's basically it as far as other games. 67-40 right now as we are back. That game's 1 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, 12 noon time for Central. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central for Gonzaga Baylor. 27-point lead by Florida. Boston College going to get it back with 13:30, and that's just a bad inbound. Execution has been all over the place for BC, not even close. Left corner, 3 in transition. Florida missed it. Rebound by BC. Rich Kelly now with the ball. At the top of the key, moves over to Jay Heath at the left wing. Poor execution today as far as the turnovers for Boston College. It has just been way too many. BC has it at the top, pass inside, underneath, and moves it back to the left corner. Jay Heath takes the 3, no good. They get the offensive rebound now. BC has in the post, slides it back to the right corner. A 3, they take another one. Felder, no good. Hit the front rim, they just can't hit threes. Rebound Florida. That's the only one I plan on doing on Saturday. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to call that. I might lose power, unfortunately. We're supposed to get just an awful storm. Like, we're supposed to get snow on Saturday too. So hopefully I'll cover it, but I might lose power. We're supposed to get like 50, 60 mile per hour winds. 67-40, Florida gets the ball here on the inbound. 12:40 remaining. So Ryan just needs a forward there. So yeah, I'll hit the trade after this game is over. I just have to see who I'm dropping. Because I'd have to drop somebody, I believe, from the roster there. Since I'd be receiving 2, and but since my roster is full. Backing their way in there, puts it up, the shot gets blocked by BC. BC now on a 3-on-2, pass up underneath, and that's going to be a goaltend by Florida. So Ward a bucket to BC in transition. Clock will stop with 12:21. Florida will get it right back. Thanks so much, Brady, for stopping on by, man. Really appreciate it, bud. For being a part here. Yep, Florida is going to be 2-0. Boston College at 1-3, and every single game that I've seen BC so far this season, they're just going down and down and down. They're getting worse and worse right now for BC. There was a fall from behind, too, on that. So Makai Ashton Langford going to go shoot 1 coming up at the free throw line. This shot's up. That shot's good. Still up by a ton by Florida. Yeah, I can drop somebody. So I can do the 2-on-1 there. So I'll drop somebody later. Double team, Florida able to get past it at half court, and they move it at the right wing. They have it with Anthony DeRugi. Takes the turnaround jumper, no good. Boston College comes up with the rebounds. So 12:06 left to go. Yeah, I'm not Aiden. Welcome to the stream, man. BC looks bad ever since they played the Villanova game. They did so well against Villanova. They collapsed there. And Rhode Island just had a bad game against BC. They had an off game that day and couldn't hit their free throws, and BC won that game. And if Rhode Island had played Boston College this week, like tomorrow, like they should have been, Rhode Island would have won that game. And because Rhode Island's chemistry is looking really good right now, and BC just is looking getting really down. This isn't good. They keep on turning it over. This ain't looking good for BC. They're double teamed. It's going to be a long season, I feel like, if you keep on getting worse and worse. Jumper taken mid-range and they knock it down. You're supposed to improve, not like as far as struggling this much. Florida has this. They dribble right past half court. This is kind of how Providence played last season. A year ago about this time, Providence took on Florida. And yeah, Providence lost by 32 against Florida. Nothing was going on for PC in that game. And then by February, Providence just completely flipped the scripts. Lawan Pipkins, he started to find his identity. He knew the offense there, and started to roll with the offense there. And Providence just completely flipped the script, and what a horrendous start they had to start out last season. Yep, Hokies to 4-0 right now. A closer game than usual right there. Able to get the W over VMI. 67-45. We're going to go on a timeout. Yep, Seton Hall against Oregon tomorrow. Right there, of course, big game for Seton Hall. Going up against Oregon, who is really struggling, coming off quite a bit of injuries. Their star point guard, Will Richardson's out for 6 weeks. And this might, I feel like, with a lot of injuries that Oregon suffered right now, I think this could be a rough season for Oregon because they're pretty thin at guards for the Ducks. They get Chris Duarte, Amari Hardy. That's basically it. And Jalen Terry, who is trying to work his way back from his own injury. And Will Richardson's out right now. So they are stacked with some really good fours. Eugene Amarui went off for like 30 in the first game yesterday for Oregon. He had a double-double. Eric Williams Jr. they got from Duquesne. So a couple key transfers Dana Altman got. But for Oregon here, it's going to be so tough to replace that production from Peyton Pritchard. And in order to do that, you need everybody healthy. So Pac-12 right now. I have no clue who's going to come out of the Pac-12 if they keep on playing like this. Arizona State leads at halftime by 1 against California. 35-34 to score in that game. So we'll keep you guys posted as far as that one. Remy Martin, by the way, has got 12 points. So that's the only game of significance going on right now, is that one, Arizona State and Cal. If you're new on the stream here, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well. I cover play-by-play games of basketball, college basketball, NBA here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Really appreciate all for being a part, stopping on by, and joining my streams throughout last week and this week. It's been awesome, guys. My next stream, I'll be off tomorrow here. I've been late the past couple of nights or so. It's 11 o'clock already where I am right now. So I plan on taking tomorrow off. And Saturday, the hope is for me to cover Gonzaga Baylor. That's the hope there if I don't lose power. Yeah, hopefully the storm can come later in the day. It looks like the worst of the storm because I looked at the weather before I started streaming. It looked like the worst of the storm was between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. with a high wind gust at 1. So that's not too promising for me, unfortunately. Really not looking promising. And if I do lose my power for that game on Saturday, hopefully it gets restored by Sunday. Usually when I lose power, it's about 24 hours or so. So hopefully I have it back before Villanova, Texas at 1 on Sunday. But if not, hopefully I'll have it back before Georgia Tech, Kentucky. I lost my power on Monday. Wasn't able to call UNC, UNLV, as we're back into it. And I almost couldn't call the Champions Classic either. I got my power back an hour and a half before Michigan State Duke. I lost my power for about 20 hours or so straight without any power. Florida with another bucket. That's good for 2. 69-45 to score. All Florida in this one. Boston College, they had a quick bucket as well. 69-47 as I update. 10:53 remaining. This game towards, right now, it's been on a drag past couple minutes or so. Leading scores right now for Florida looks like this. All Gators in this one. 18 points by Keontae Johnson. 17 by Trey Mann with 6 assists as well. He is a legit point guard. Sophomore breakout point guard here. Noah Locke with 12. BC has the top of the key. As they have the basketball into the hands of Jay Heath. Bounce pass to the right wing, moves it back to the left wing here into the hands of Mekhi Ashton. Langford takes the 3, hit the front rim. Too many three-point shots, too many contested jumpers, and they haven't been able to go down for BC. Shot inside, gets blocked from behind. Florida with a big block right there as they get the basketball. 10:20 left to go. Gators take it up the court into the hands of Trey Mann. At the free throw circle, Mann feeds it over top of the key Johnson. Keontae Johnson has it now at the right wing perimeter. He's going to take a deep jumper. No good off the mark. Rebound BC. Eagles now have it approaching the halfway point here of the second half. As they drive inside, floats it up, blocking foul. So Florida picks up the blocking foul there. It's going to send BC to the free throw line, shooting 2 shots. Clock will stop with 10:05. Boston College with only 1 score in double figures here with Winston Tabbs with 12. Or actually, Rich Kelly as well. So they got 2 scores here. Winston Tabbs with 12. Rich Kelly with 10 off the bench. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up at the line by Boston College. First shot, got it. No, I don't play Roblox. Second free throw coming up at the line here by BC. Rough game for Jim Christian here. When you have 13 total turnovers, and also you're 5 for 16 from 3. Shooting the ball at 41%. Things aren't happening when your defense getting torched, or Florida's shooting 56% from the floor in this one. The first game was nice. UConn against USC, that was a tight game. With this thing, anything far from being tight today. Second free throw was missed. It's going to be an inbound. It's going to be by Boston College here to inbound with 10 minutes even. They pass over to the left corner, catch and shoot 3. Winston Tabbs takes it off the mark, no good. That was contested. Rebound back over to BC, and they missed another shot. Nice scramble attempt at the ball, though. Hustle play, but they lost control of it. Ball's on the ground. Florida able to pick it up. Nobody to beat right there in a big jam. Throwing it down right there in transition. Tyree Appleby for 2, and this is all Gators. Out of control. Absolutely out of control this game is. 71-48 with 9:44 left to go. Complete no-show in this game by BC tonight. And if they keep on playing like this is going to be a long season for the Eagles. I honestly want Rhode Island to play them again, because they might reschedule and play each other again at some point this season. Because URI has the chance to beat this team right now. They didn't have the chance last week because URI was banged up, and they were starting to figure out the roster and piece it all together with 5 new transfers. But for now, Boston College is just... they get a tough schedule coming up. They're going up against offenses that can light it up and put up points off the board. And winning these next bunches of games, I'm looking at their schedule right now. I don't even see a W anywhere in the near future for BC right now if they play it like this. 9:35 left to go. We're back into it. Boston College basketball as they have it at the right wing perimeter. Drive it inside, puts it up, that one high off the glass, no good, couldn't get it, tapped up, and it gets rebounded by Florida. By the way, scoreboard update, Arizona State leading at the half against Cal, 35-34. So Arizona State up against Cal, 35-34. That's shocking. I would take Arizona State in that one, Clipper, for that game. Roger going 78-64 there. Right now it's a 1-point game. I'm going to go Arizona State 72 and Cal 67 in that one for my prediction. Yeah, Boston College's upcoming schedule looks like this. Against Minnesota on Tuesday. Minnesota's been impressive. Marcus Carr right now is a top 5 scorer through his first couple of games here in college basketball. Florida at the free throw line, first shot good, 72-48. BC then opens up conference play in December 12th against Syracuse. They can put up a ton of points too. And then they're going to take on Vaughn's team here as BC takes on Cal. And that game's a noontime game on December 22nd against California. So California holding in with Arizona State right now. California, a little bit more of a sleeper type of team there for this type of season. If Matt Bradley can break out, watch out. He should be able to carry Cal this year. But if they can have a couple other players for Cal come up and rise, they can be dangerous. As we are back into it, Florida gets the offensive inbound, and they're going to score right underneath the bucket. That's good for 2. Full court pass ahead of the pack. BC missed opportunity there as the ball gets pickpocketed, stolen away in the key by Florida. Gators basketball, Boston College with 14 total turnovers. They floated it off. That's good by Florida for 2 more. Everyone chipping in their weight right there. Keontae Johnson have himself a game. 22 points, 10 rebounds by Keontae here. 76-48 with 8:44 remaining. Yep, Jim Christian paid $1.25 million a year for nothing. This is just bad. It should have been a long time ago. Long time ago they should have moved on from him. So unfortunate. Make it or break it season here for Christian. Just this is going to be his last season. He has an overall record, by the way, of 76 wins and 121 losses. That's only good for a winning percentage of 38.6% for Christian. It gets even worse into conference games. I think Boston College has a winning percentage of about 23% in ACC games under Christian, dating back to 2014. First free throw good at the line by Florida, 77-48. It's going to be 30 in just a moment. Boston College going to get the basketball back, though. 8:40 left to go. Jacob the Kid, welcome to the stream here. Appreciate it for stopping on by. This is all Florida, by the way, in this one. BC just complete no-show. Mitchell moves over to Kelly. Pass over to Makai Ashton Langford. Has it at the top of the key, guarded by Scotty Lewis. Dribbles towards his right here. Ashton Langford to the right baseline. Floats it up too high off the backboard. And another rebound coming up is Keontae Johnson, absolute beast. Gets the board, his 11th rebound of the game. Stat line tonight for Keontae Johnson, looking strong, 22 points, 11 rebounds. Florida has it, 8:10 left to go. Gators now with the basketball. If you're new on the stream, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. I cover play-by-play here, basketball games. I'm behind Eric basketball, college games, also NBA games. Florida with it. Johnson, dribble jive inside. Looking to pass it out. Instead, he's going to take the turnaround jumper to right baseline. He has got it. That's good for two, 79-48. 7:45 left to go. Keontae Johnson torching BC for 24 points, 10 for 13 shooting. So we approach the 7:40 mark left to go. Stephon Mitchell with it for BC. Hands it over to Kelly. Bounce pass to the top. Mitchell takes the three straight away. That hits the rim short. No good. He gets his own offensive rebounds and puts it back up and in for two. So 7:32 left to go here. 29-point lead by Florida. Heading to a timeout, it looks like right now. But the pains continue for Jim Christian as far as him being head coach for Boston College right now. And Florida indeed crushing it. Same spot a year ago. It's all about if Jim Christian can put Boston College on the reverse course. And right now, all the odds are stacked against him right now. Flashback to a year ago, Providence lost by 32 points against Florida about a year ago. Ed Coley took Providence, and the second half of the season just flipped on the switch there with LaJuan Pipkins finally knowing the system, and Providence got red-hot dangerous and won 6 straight games to close out last year. That's what Christian's going to have to do if he wants any chance of being or remaining in his position. They just need to flip on the switch very soon for BC, and it doesn't look like it's going to be anytime soon or likely this season right now, because every single time I've covered BC this year, they did great against Villanova, attacking in the post. Great game. They held their own until the very end, where Jeremiah Robinson Earl just torched them towards the very end. And then against URI, they held up their own there, and they won because URI couldn't hit free throws. URI gave the game away to them, and then they couldn't even beat St. John's on Monday. And then today they're getting destroyed by Florida, so they're just getting worse. Hey, welcome back, Ben here for stopping on by. Eric, welcome to the stream, man. Not sure yet for open tonight for the NBA. We'll see though, because I'm not sure what the game schedule is gonna be as far as what colleges and NBA for opening night. I plan on covering Christmas though for a couple of games, hopefully for the NBA. I know definitely the Celtics game on Christmas. I'm gonna do the 5:30 one. And probably another one too. What's good, AK16? Welcome to the stream once again. Arizona State, yep, tight game against Cal at the half. Second half looks like it's starting soon. Thanks so much for the update, bud. Yeah, it's only a 1-point lead by Arizona State, 35-34. So we are back into this one, 7:30 remaining. Absolute blowout. Boston College has the ball. They just intercepted it off of Florida. Pass up the court to Rich Kelly. Puts it up underneath. They couldn't finish it. CJ Felder, though, going to go to the free throw line and shoot two. Yeah, Clipper puts out Stephon Mitchell. Reminds him of Al Horford. Quite the look-alike with Al Horford. A big man and also can shoot the three. He attempts the three from the top of the key quite a bit in this game. He's attempted threes. So 2 shots here at the line, and that one is way off. Hit the rim short. Didn't even stand a chance there as C.J. Felder missed it. Not enough power on that one. Boston College, 11 for 18 at the free throw line. Second shot coming up. That one's up, and that one's good. Got that one. 79-51. I actually don't have the channel for the Arizona State game. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find it though. I don't know if it's on the Pac-12 network or not. Usually that's where those games go. It's on the Pac-12 network. Yes, that game's on the Pac-12 network for that one. I don't have that channel in my Sling package though, but it's on the Pac-12 network in case you guys were wondering. Second free throw, BC at the free throw line, missed it. Florida with the basketball, took the 3. No good, but they get the offensive rebounds. Back on the top with Trey Mann. He dribbles behind his back now at the free throw circle. Bounce pass. Underneath, turnaround jumper, and Florida missed in the key. Rebound back to BC. Final 7 minutes left to go. Boston College has it. Splits defenders. Missed the layup. They get the offensive rebound. And another free throw shot coming up here by Boston College. C.J. Felder going to head to the line. Shoot 2. As Florida picks up a foul. Yeah, so they just started out the second half here. And Arizona State leads 37-34 against Cal. So looks like a jumper to start off for Arizona State for 2. 6 blocks, by the way, for the Gators in this game. Just so impressive. Stopping BC. And then Florida's just in a whole other zip code in this one. First free throw, good. At the line by BC. C.J. Felder, 7 points. Second free throw coming up. His shot is good. Hey, what's good, Ian? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope all is well. I covered USC earlier today. That was tight, man, against UConn. You thought USC had a game late. Couldn't believe he, oh, man, sorry to hear that, bud. Yeah, usually it's the teams out west that have late games. They put that one out at the 7 o'clock Eastern time slot today. Oh, man, sorry to hear that you missed it, dude. But, yeah, that was a nice game earlier today. UConn's defense is legit. I think UConn's going to be a top 25 team before you know it. They looked really good today. This game's been anything beyond that. Like, not even close to looking good here with Boston College here. 6.5 left to go. All Florida. BC takes the 3. That's up and good. Florida now with the basketball as they dribble. Big burst of speed underneath. That's just an easy layup right there for the Gators. For 2 more. Able to just dribble right down the court right there. Just straight away. Easy bucket for Florida. We got 5:52 left to go. Actually, yeah, 79. Yep. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's 81. I thought so. ESPN was late to changing the score there. It's definitely 81. 81-56. They've yet to change the score. Some of these been playing around with the ESPN scoreboard, as I'm calling it. Oof, yeah, UConn football. Yikes. Yeah, football up here in the Northeast, it's not really big. UConn and UMass football, ouch. It's rough over here. Hey, thanks so much, Roger, for stopping on by, man. Really appreciate it. So, yeah, Florida's got an 81 spot on the board. Oh, sorry to hear that, Ian. Sending my thoughts out to you, bud. Sorry to hear about that with your car. It's a paper due in 3 hours. Jeez, man. Sending you my thoughts and prayers out to you, bud. Yeah, I one of the people that I work with at work, he tested positive a week ago, and he's not doing so well. He's around 40 years old, and he's really not doing so well. I think he's in the hospital right now, maybe. I'm not sure, but when I was talking to a couple people today, they said that he just wasn't doing well at all. Free throws coming up at the line as we have another foul picked up here on the clock. It's a lot of stoppage in time. 5:49 left to go here. Actually, they're going to say that the ball went out of bounds, though. So, late call by the refs to sort that one out. If it was a foul picked up by Florida or if it went out of bounds, it was a turnover by Florida. So, it's going to go back over to BC. Boston College has it right back. at the left wing perimeter. Moves it back to the top here. This game an absolute blowout here. Pass over to the left corner. Ashton Langford takes the three. No good. And Keontae Johnson just king of the boards in this one. 12th rebound of the game with 5:30 left to go. Thanks so much, Elliot. Appreciate it, bud. A lob over the top right there. And Florida able to get the alley-oop jam. They throw it down with a two-handed flush. All Gators tonight in this one, folks. 83-58. Looking for the 90 spot before this game's wrapped up. Boston College has it. As nothing is clicking today here for the Eagles. Ashton Langford with the basketball here. Bounce pass to Stephon Mitchell. Chucks it inside underneath. And BC, great possession. Finally able to do something for the Eagles right there. That was actually a solid possession. Best one I've seen tonight. Florida has it. Gets it right past half court. 4:50 remaining. As they're going to go alley-oop once again. Nobody in transition defensively for BC. They're just giving up. 85-60. They have 5 players guarding the perimeter, where Florida had 2 players placed inside, and BC was just like, I quit. As Boston College gets the score inside. That's good. Florida with a pass up the court. Scotty Lewis has it. Bounce pass to Johnson. We got to fall away from the basketball. Yep, Chris Herron's son transferred. Chris Herron, funny story is, Chris Herron, my aunt actually knows Chris Herron pretty well. He lives a couple of towns away from me in Southeast Mass, where I am, for Chris Herron. Chris Herron, when I was in high school back in, I think it was 2012 or 2013, Chris Herron visited my high school and did a motivational speech to her high school class. It was pretty cool to have him there. But yeah, Chris Herron, absolute legend at Durfee High in Fall River, not too far away from where I am in Mass, like 20 minutes away from me. But college star, and he told about his whole story about the NBA, how he went there, and he almost didn't survive. He overdosed in the parking lot in Rhode Island at a Dunkin' Donuts, and luckily he survived. According to his Wikipedia page, though, it said that he died for like approximately 30 seconds. Crazy. But he luckily survived, and now he learned from his lesson and is a motivational speaker. But yeah, Chris Herron Jr. Transferred. I'm interested to know where he went. Both of the free throws good at the line. So he's no longer for BC. Transfer to San Diego. So that's where he went. He should be getting much more playing time there. San Diego. Right there. Yep, Fariva. Yep. Hey, what's good, Jose? Welcome back here. As he is watching this game right now, it looks like as well a lot of fouls picked up late in this one. Jay Heath going to go to the free throw line. He has had a rough game today for the leading scorer from last season as a freshman, but Jay Heath today only 4 points, 1 for 5. Second free throw, Heath knocks it down. Florida closing this one out in the final 4 minutes. Keontae Johnson, phenomenal game by him today with a double-double, 24 points, 12 rebounds. And he also has a steal and an assist. 4 minutes even. Florida just holding the basketball here at the left wing. And, yeah, I remember the game of the NBA bubble. It was Pelicans against Clippers, where the Clippers just destroyed the Pelicans on, like, the opening week of the NBA bubble. This game is kind of reminiscent to that in a college basketball fashion type game. So Florida took it inside. Ball went out of bounds. I believe it's going to be Boston College possession coming back here. And Florida Gators just all over BC. Yeah, Florida could very well be ranked as very soon for the Gators. Only played 2 games, but they're going to get a whole lot more coming up later down on the schedule. Coming up. So very well. Florida, Louisville, both of them looking like they could be ranked very, very soon. And St. Louis, San Diego State, they're in the next tier to be ranked coming up. Okay, so one game right now, scoreboard update. Arizona State leading Cal 46-40 to score in that one with about 16 minutes left remaining in that game. That's the only other game tonight as far as significance. But yeah, they got a great point guard here. The next great thing with Tre Mann for Florida. 17.6 assists, looking solid, 6 for 8 from the floor. Perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line. He's hit down both of his perimeter triples, 2 for 2 from the perimeter in this game by Tre Mann, looking so solid. And they found a great shooting point guard here with Tre Mann, what they got, which is great. Somebody who can score, so that is great there. And he is in due for a great season, breakout season looks like for Tre Mann, sophomore for Florida. In 2011, Penn State former defensive coordinator. Yeah, I remember that. Wow, Jerry Sandusky. Yep, I remember that whole crackdown there. That had to be my freshman year of high school. Wow. Throwback right there. 9 years ago. Crazy. Crazy throwback to these days. Man. So yeah, Boston College has got their hands full with their upcoming schedule. Every game's looking tough as far as their upcoming schedule. If they're playing like this, it's going to be tough for them to remain competitive and even get a W on their schedule. Upcoming schedule looks like this. Coming up on Tuesday, Minnesota in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. And Syracuse, they got to start off conference play on December 12th. Then they got California, who's hanging in right now against Arizona State. So we're back to action, 3:40 left to go. Florida with the inbound, took the jumper, no good, and Boston College got the rebound as there's a foul picked up. So, we got some foul shots coming up here. BC is going to come up here at the free throw line, looks like. Coming up, or actually, no, they're going to say it was out of bounds, actually, by Florida. So, BC has it. Rich Kelly passes over. Moves over to the left wing. Boston College dish out to Kelly. Takes the corner 3 and got it. But yeah, it's going to get tough for Boston College. North Carolina State, Louisville, Duke, Virginia, Miami, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh. That's their schedule for the ACC. Clemson, Louisville to close out the basically from December 30th to January 30th. That's their schedule there. No Wake Forest in that first month. They don't play Wake Forest till February, and you're looking at the bottom 2 teams most likely with BC and Wake Forest playing each other not until February 10th. And they only play each other once this season for BC and Wake Forest. Also, they don't play Georgia Tech until February 16th as well, and Georgia Tech is not looking so good right now, but I thought that Georgia Tech could have had a great season. Still have a lot of time to turn it around. Just a rough week for them. So, free throws here at the line by Boston College. 3 minutes remain. Hey, no problem, Bradley. Glad to have you back here, man. Hope everything went well with your homework today. Yeah, Tre Mann for the Clippers. He used to play for Florida State. So, I believe it's no relation there between, it's Terrence Mann. So, yeah, Terrence Mann for the Clippers and Tre Mann for Florida. But, yeah, I believe it's no relation there between Tre and Terrence Mann. Yeah, it should be an awesome time, Elliot, my man, for NBA season. Both of the free throws, by the way, in Boston College just missed at the line. 2:50 left to go. Absolute blowout tonight. Florida missed the 3, rebound BC. Eagles have it at the top of the key. Pass over to the right wing. They take a 3 and they knock it down. James Karnick from the perimeter. They're just not a deep team here for the Eagles. That's the thing. They're just not really a deep team. Not explosive today. Just complete no-show in this game today. Florida has a right baseline. As Mann tried to pass to get deflected and stolen. That was a good defensive possession by BC. Boston College has it right back. Kelly moves it out to the top here. They take a 3, and they're just playing hero ball, trying to jack up shots. That one's not even close. Hit the right side of the backboard and got rebounded by Florida. Way off the mark in the missed 3. Florida has it. 2 minutes left to go. Gators at the left elbow. Pass over to the top, and the ball gets stolen away. Stephon Mitchell on a 2-on-1 with a steal. Pass up, lob over the top. Couldn't get it in transition. Behind the fingertips on an alley-oop pass that should have been an easy 2 for BC, and they missed that out on that opportunity. Florida with the ball now with a final minute and a half. Thanks so much, AK16, for stopping on by, bud. Really appreciate it, man, for being a part here, and enjoy the rest of your night. Bounce pass, Florida. Has it at the left wing. Into the hands of Scotty Lewis. Step back three by Scotty. Takes it. He makes it, and he gets fouled as well. That is the development that you like to see from Scotty Lewis. Actually, they're going to give him a 2. His foot was on the line. So 1:22 left to go. If you're a Florida fan, that is good there to see Scotty Lewis with his progression. He's got 13 points currently right there and a big jumper. He's going to see if he can make it 14 at the free throw line to put a 90 spot on the board for Florida. Scotty Lewis shooting 1 at the free throw line. 5 players in double figures for the Gators today. Keontae Johnson leading the way with 24 points, 12 rebounds. And Scotty Lewis does it. 90 on the board tonight for Florida here. 90-69 with 1:22 left to go. You can take out the starters, put in your reserves because you had this game in the bag a whole long time ago. Boston College going to get the inbound, and they get a tougher and tougher schedule. None of the games coming up are going to be easier than any more easier coming up. Besides games in February, possibly against Wake Forest and Georgia Tech. If Georgia Tech can't turn it around, you're not looking at there is no easy game for the next month plus for Boston College right now. They got Minnesota next coming up. Quick turnaround Tuesday against Minnesota, who looks really good as far as their scoring. They can put up a ton of points. 58 seconds left to go. BC had it. Looks like a fall from behind by Florida. Clock will stop here. And it's going to send Boston College coming up to the free throw line. What do I think Texas's record's going to be for this season? Let's see here. Probably something like... Probably like 20, probably 20-7 or something like that, or 21-6. Something like that for Texas. Probably like 6 or 7 losses, maybe 8 for Texas. They got a really tough schedule, though. That has to all get sorted out with a Big 12. Free throws at the line. They went 1 for 2 that trip by BC. Final 50 seconds. Florida just dribbles the basketball now. Top of the key for the Gators. Moves it over to the right wing. Takes the 3 off the mark. No good. A rebound BC. Boston College, final 35 seconds before I sign off in the stream. If you guys are new to the channel, really enjoy the content, make sure before I sign off, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. And appreciate it all for being a part here tonight in Behind the Arc Basketball. Wasn't the second game that I was hoping for. Thought that it would be a much closer game. Unfortunately, just absolute no-show for Boston College. As the schedule is going to get tougher and tougher for them. Coming up, no easy games really for the Eagles. And Keontae Johnson, the star in this one for Florida. 24 points, 12 rebounds. Trey Mann. They got a great point guard for the Gators, looking good through his first 2 games of the season. Finds himself 17 points along with 6 assists in this one. 6 for 9 shooting. Perfect 2 for 2 from the perimeter. Perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Florida in total forcing in this game 17 turnovers by Boston College. And Florida had 5 players in double figures. As that's a wrap for this one, 90-70. So all Gators out in this game right from the start, and they controlled it right from the top in this one, as that's a wrap. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'll be off tomorrow, so I'm gonna take tomorrow off to rest up. I plan on covering on Saturday. Hopefully I'll be on covering on Saturday. We're supposed to get a storm, pretty bad one on Saturday for a storm there. So if I lose power, unfortunately, I won't be able to cover games on Saturday. But the hope is to cover Gonzaga Baylor if I have my power still on Saturday. But huge storm coming up on Saturday, and hopefully it doesn't affect Sunday either. Yeah, Villanova, Texas, huge matchup indeed for Sher Jackson on Sunday there. Hopefully I'll have my power on Sunday for that one, because that's the early game too, everybody. But that's a wrap here in the stream. All Florida in this one, 90-70, the final score. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe before I sign out. And you guys were awesome once again. This is Behind the Arc Basketball, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.